Hey everyone on Twitch, and hello to all the people that are watching this in the future on YouTube. We are doing another thing of Final Fantasy 14 today. It's 48th stream now, more and water. And today, as you can tell, things have went down in the last stream. We're on the moon, and we are actually going to be heading in that direction next. I just need to pick up the quest, and we'll find out exactly what is going on. The time has come for you to be on your way. The crater at the heart of Mare Lamentorium, where Zodiac was imprisoned, was not so easily traversed. However, let us call upon Argos, the familiar with whom you met earlier. He should have no trouble bearing you across. As Hydaelyn created me as the Gowler, so too did she create Argos as the guard. It is his nature to appear when needed, and yet he's nowhere to be found. Strange. Mayhap the imbalancing of ether has affected him. Let's make for the crushing brand and attempt to call upon him there. You need but recall the path you walked with Argos before, and you'll find your way. If he labors in service of Hydaelyn's plan, I see no reason not to do as he suggests. Shall we make for this crushing brand, then? Sounds like a plan to me. Everybody walked off. I'm just going to do a little bit of this action and whee! Oh, that still does damage. I thought that would work. I planned that out and everything and it didn't work at all. All right, so I just need to watch out for enemies while my health refills because, ow, that really hurt. All right, so the path we took before was like a weird little path over here. We kind of just went in and got over there and then kind of went over here. So it should be pretty easy. I actually probably could get on a mount for this now I think about it. So the moon itself is very unique in the fact that we're on the moon, for instance. I was like, Let's see, I believe it was somewhere over here. Yeah, it looks about right. Kind of go along here now. Just kind of stinks that plans didn't go so full well last time. So, yeah. Around here, around the bend, go up here. And up this way. Not that way, though. That would definitely... If there was a thing as being able to fall down a hole and dying, that would be it. I could probably just go along that way, but I'll just go around. I will just go around. Whoop. I'm already more than halfway there anyway, so... Can I go over here now, or is this considered a nope still? Okay, there we go. This is considered... Really? Okay. That's kind of shocking. I guess I'll go over here then. There we go. See those weird alien thingies. All right, Argos, the R-Dog. Can you help me? The place we seek is just ahead. The Chlorosphagrat? You see, Argos cannot manifest without sufficient concentrations of ambient ether. You would be hard-pressed to find a greater confluence than inside this cavern. Follow me. Alright, so right along in here. Chlorosphagrat. That's a name and a half. Let me guess. Yep. Bye-bye. I don't care. I'm gonna run just far enough away for you to not bother me. Right about here. Yeah, that works. That works. Okay then. Yes, here will do nicely. Lunar spongoi and draw ether from the ground. Or spongoi, which is then dispersed in the air. Present, however, the ambient energies are not quite sufficient for Argos to manifest. Might you be willing to spare some of your own to help the spongoi along? Okay. Where is point? Oh, right over here. Hello, Lunar Sponjoy. Argos manifests in a flash. He seems glad to see you again. Most fascinating creation of Highlands. Would you not agree? Should the need arise, he is even able to create reflections himself on a whim. But I assure you, as no reflection which accompanied you earlier to the brand. Though Argos was quite eager to be at your side then, as he is now, it seems. I cannot recall when he last showed such an affinity for anyone. Indeed, I thought him only more likely to shy away from you and your companions. Perhaps it was more than a sense of duty that compelled him to aid you before. As for your companions, they'll have to walk. Okay, never mind. Unexpected, but greatly appreciated. I believe we are all ready. And let's return outside that you may cross the chasm. And then once we're able to actually fly, this is no longer an issue, but you know, we can't do that yet. Okay, so right outside, all the way over there? Why not just right outside the door? Okay. Let's return outside and then go 20 million feet this way. All right, so yeah, that's not terribly far from here. I mean, it is, but it isn't at the same time. There they are. I guess there's only so many points of like places they could pick because everybody's just gonna be surrounding them all the time, so you just know where you need to go at some points. Your destination is the structure there that crossed the cradle of darkness. But climb on Argos' back. He'll take care of the rest. Once you arrive, it should not take long to find the ship's crew. The facility is designed the rouser from their slumber in the event of Zodiac's destruction. Heed their counsel. Together you may guide the star and his people to a kinder fate. This is where we part ways, but no, I shall ever be watching and praying for your success. Our allies' assurances notwithstanding, we cannot be certain what awaits us on the other side. So perhaps it would be best if we did not all go at once. I propose the two of us cross first while Thinker and Urianger wait here. More like, we don't want to have everybody go at once. The malefic ether yet permeates from the crater, remnants of Zodiac most like. Makes me wonder if these moments are like programmed with only like one person following you in mind. Just a little further. Looks like we would normally be able to walk here. The structure is enormous, though that is hardly surprising given the size of the average Amaratine. Apologies for the wait. Right then, let us head inside and... Oh? Most intriguing. A means by which he conserveth energy, perhaps. Well, I certainly want to blink out of existence on our account. Helpful he's been. Thank you, Argos. We'll take things from here. Fargos is remain without. Let's not keep him waiting over long. All right, in we go. The scale of these things sometimes are just like amazing. Like in the cutscene, it didn't seem that big, but just looking at it now, you're just like, whoa. And I don't even have the camera zoomed all the way out, so it's like, wow, why? Why do you need something of this scale? Well, there's an aetheryte down there, so that's my next destination.
Our moonship pilot should be around here somewhere. Is that right?
Look lively, everyone! I know, this 1243rd inspection is a mite ahead of schedule, but it is of the utmost importance, for Zodiac, alas, is no more. As of now, our mighty moon has a new purpose, to bear the people of Aetheris to safety! Our time has come, my friends! We must be swifter than swift. There is much to do before our guests arrive. I expect your workstations to be immaculate, and don't forget to relay our signal to Aetheris. Questions? Yes? No? Maybe so? No? Then hop to it!
"'Tis a rather curious crew she hath chosen. Their endearing forms intended to ease the passengers' hearts, perhaps."
Perhaps.
Before we arrive, we're already here. So that's kind of a problem for them. Their stations aren't going to be immaculate enough. They must be the Loperates mentioned in the Watcher's records. I don't even know if I'm even saying that right yet. I know it's supposed to be like rabbit, so Loporit maybe, I'm guessing. Not at all what I expected, but the Watcher did bid... that obviously for music, I just heard it. But the Watcher did bid heed her counsel. Their counsel, blah. I assume the one who gave that rousing speech was their leader, though we might have to ask about in order to track them down. Come on then, let's be about it. They walk over there, down the steps, and I'd say nay. That hurt a lot. Let's go to this aetheryte that's conveniently here. I actually fell down a long distance and didn't go to 1 HP. That's surprising. I'm just getting like mighty Final Fantasy IV flashbacks right now with the music. It's like do 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 do. Hum hum hum. Oh no. Okay, I was gonna say, can we not understand them? The leader of the crew, not me, I'm afraid. Singing Way is the name. I'm in charge of the construction and maintenance of the atmospheric circulation system. Only the crispest, cleanest air of the people of Aetherius. And that's a promise. Okay. Okay, so that's the wrong one. I mean, they kind of made it obvious. The one that was the right one had like different fur color. So it was like slightly obvious. The rest of them were just copy pasted clones. Weaving Way, Dozing Laporet. Nem, leader? No. Sleeping Way, my job is. Perhaps I better ask. Okay. Now over here then. Way over here then. They're on the whole other side of the map, aren't they? Wow. Okay then. I think that's annoying about the sea thread. It's all the way down at the bottom, which means if I actually want to use it to get around, I had to climb a bunch of steps. So that makes things annoying. But I'm pretty sure there's a, is there one? I don't see one, so that could be a problem. What? How in the? When did you get here? Who let you in? Why wasn't I told? Take me to your leader. Hum hum hum. What was that supposed to be? Your humming, if one could even call it that, was atrociously off key. It should sound more like this. As the leader of the Loperates, I cannot allow substandard attempts at musicality to go unremarked, even if you are a guest, but being the magnanimous sort that I am, I'll forgive you this once. Oh well, looks like you beat us here. Your friends, I take it. Is this all of them? A group comprised entirely of children. What must her parents be thinking? This isn't a nursery after all, though perhaps we should build one, or did we build one already? No matter, you needn't worry, you pretty little heads. All will be well, I promise. But goodness me, we shouldn't be standing about gawping. I must take you to meet the others. If you should run along back towards the entrance, you'll find a path that leads to the central platform on the upper floor. There's no wrong way, wrong way to eat a Butterfinger, but if it's the large glowing ball in the center, you should find yourselves lost. If you should find yourselves lost, bleh, I shall gather the others and meet you there. And I said Butterfinger, it's Reese's. There's no wrong way to eat a Reese's is what it is. Well then, back to the upper floor it is. I don't know why Butterfinger came first in my mind. I haven't had one in years. All right, all the way back up to the top now. Enjoy. It would be nice if there was like an express elevator or something, but there isn't, which means I got to use the stairs. And the stairs, so very, very large. Okay. I mean, I get why it's meant to be large because it's meant to house like an entire planet of people. But, oh boy. I don't even know if this would even be enough because it's on the moon and the moon itself is smaller, so how exactly does that work? I don't know. Okay, I'm at the top. Okay, now I go, oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Time to get on my mount. This is taking way too long. There we go. Slightly faster. Very slightly faster. I could fall off at any moment, so I might as well be careful where I'm actually going because there's no guardrails. And the guardrails that do exist are, I could walk right through them.
Right, of course. Introductions are in order. My name is Livingway, and we are the Loporrits, created for the express purpose of commanding this ship and bearing the people of Aetheris to a brave new world. More specifically, I am the one whom she charged with the execution of her most vital plans. You might say I'm her right paw. Livingway's the name. Map reader and navigator of the heavens.
Pleasure to meet you all, but I'm still trying to make sense of this.
Confusion and bewilderment are completely understandable. Fear not, I shall walk you through it. The people of Aetheris, through no fault of your own, I'm sure, set in motion a series of events that, unfortunately, culminated in Zodiac's obliteration. Acutely aware of the imminent crisis, your parents sent you little ones on ahead while they began the necessary preparations. Still not following? No? Very well, I shall elaborate further. Here we have Aetheris, your home, and the moon, where we are now. Without Zodiac around to keep things lively, so to speak, the celestial currents of the star have doubtless begun to degrade. A calamity of apocalyptic proportions will be visited upon Aetheris, bringing an end to all life. Very sad, that.
So too hath the Watcher claimed. By thine unperturbed countenance, I gather this eventuality was anticipated.
The doom and gloom. Oh, yes, quite expected. Imagine, if you will, that Aetheris is a delicious carrot that I've forgotten to eat and left out in the midday sun. The most earnest wishes or prayers will not stop it from rotting to the core. So sadly, there's nothing to be done but to abandon said carrot, Aetheris, in case the metaphor is lost on you, to its grisly fate.
And this moon will serve as the vessel to deliver us to a new home.
Just so! We will gather up as many people, supplies, and resources as our stores will hold. And then, once everyone is aboard, it's off to another star. Easier said than done, admittedly, for one does not simply hop from star to star on a whim, which is precisely why we've spent countless years constructing the most propulsive of propulsion systems. We ought to make it to our destination in 2 shakes of a rabbit's tail.
Impressive technology. I dare say it is beyond anything we have ever seen.
No need to shower us with praise. All we've done is faithfully carry out the instructions left to us by Hydaelyn. Back in the old days, when she was still just Venar, she was dedicated to the study of the world and its inner workings. the Watcher, the real one, not the simulacrum you met, was one of her fellow researchers. We and this wondrous vessel masquerading as a moon are products of their knowledge and know-how.
There's certainly more to you all than meets the eye. Might I ask where exactly you intend to take us?
We identified a few promising candidates for resettlement some time ago, but we cannot guarantee that they are fit for habitation. Moreover, the ship can only travel in short bursts. We intend to go down our list, hopping from star to star, until we find one suitable for resettlement. No need to worry, though. The vessel is being refurbished with accommodation for an extended stay as we speak. While we did have to rely upon outside help to determine what amenities were essential, I dare say we have risen to the challenge.
Help? From who?
From you and yours! Who else? Each time we woke to perform regularly scheduled maintenance, we were greeted by the resources you sent us. What better way to learn about preferences and proclivities of our present-day charges? Ah, but you're still adorable little children. Perhaps your elders were responsible for the deliveries.
I'm not sure what led you to conclude otherwise, but I can assure you that we are all grown men and women. And I very much doubt my elders know this place exists, much less how to send you so much as a starlight missive.
What? Then who in blazes let you on my moon? Heidelin herself led you here. You don't say! Well, that's really not children. Then why are you so small and stunted? Like little baby carrot people.
Well, Amarotines were a great deal taller. In the present day, persons of such prodigious size are exceedingly rare.
So, you're saying everyone's not like the Watcher? Oh, confound it all! Someone could have at least scribbled a note about your profound miniaturization.
That tome in thy possession.
Oh, this? One of the first books sent to us. A compendium of the people of Atheris, with a few blank pages at the back for minor corrections and updates as needed. The sum total of our knowledge of your kind is contained in these pages. I thought it was abridged and made small for our benefit, but this isn't a regular-sized book, is it? Building way, can you hear me? Yes, we're all very busy. Change of plans. I need you to rebuild the domiciles at 1/3 the scale. All of them. Yes, all of them, and but me no buts. See to it with all speed.
Perhaps you could tell us a bit more about your terrestrial collaborators.
Yes, in due time. But first, I'd like to hear more about you, if it's all the same. I'd rather not risk any other complications due to outdated knowledge of our passengers-to-be.
Oh dear, oh dear. New chess piece. So, new chess piece. Is it Garbo? Well, it's not Garbo. Okay, well, that looks kind of fancy. Well, let me just kind of plop that in here somewhere. I will go over this thing. Okay. Bloop and bloop. Okay. Bloop and bloop. Purple carrot juice? Okay. All right then, now that you're here, we need you to teach us all about what you can about your people, and quickly. It won't be long before the final days are upon us and all their terrible grandeur, so it's imperative that we be prepared to receive our passengers to be. If there is anything at all that may displease them, it must be addressed post-haste. And address it we shall. Here at Bestway Borough, we have assembled everything required to offer our guests the best way forward. So we have produced myriad amenities we understand to be essential for day-to-day living. I wish to hear your opinions on them. I'm sure you're all worked up in appetite, so why don't we start with foodstuffs? Meet me at the Caratorium, and we'll see you about filling your bellies. Caratorium, okay. I mean, I'm not surprised with that. She does not want for enthusiasm. The notion of Aetherius rotting to its very core being the matter of course is rather concerning, of course. Nevertheless, let's take this opportunity to learn about the Loperites in this vessel. One of these days, they're going to say it out loud, and I'm going to be so wrong. But I guess I'll figure it out. Let's see. So I'm going down below. All the way over there. So is there like a door somewhere? I'm going to assume it's that door. Whee! It's all good. A few broken legs did good for people. Yeah, so this door opens. Okay. All right then, that's huge. Wow, it's so huge. I filled in like one specific part of the location. It's also huge enough that it's part of the map. Wow, I thought it was like a separate location, even though like technically I didn't go into a loading screen yet. Oh, there's monsters here? Okay. Oh, joy. Oh, joy. Oh, wait. Never mind. I was going to say, it didn't bug me. And you're dead. Moving on. Welcome to the Caratorium. Here we create prototypes of the various sundries required by our soon-to-be passengers. Is there nothing but carrots in there? That'd be a problem. Allow me to introduce the head of the foodstuff production. Cooking away. Pleasure to meet you all. Our work has involved no small amount of trial and error, but after many, many cycles of painstaking labor, I dare say we have created the finest cuisine our guests could ask for. I learned all about the essential nutrients for a healthy and balanced diet from the reference materials we received. I practically warned the words from those invaluable pages. Naturally, we also considered ease of growth and production. We will not want for our ingredients. I must insist you try some. We have fresh stock recently prepared on account of, well, because we just woke up and we're all quite famished. Tap along the platforms here and you'll find a storage unit full of bursting with delectable delights. Help yourself to anything you like. How delectable? Okay, so up here? How did they get up this thing? I mean, I guess they're rabbits, so they could technically jump higher than I can. But, yeah. Okay, so do I go in the door? Okay, no. I guess I just... Okay, that makes sense. Blasting way next to storage crates. You open the storage unit and find a rainbow-colored assortment of carrots. The unassuming orange carrot. From front the tip, no scratches or blemishes mar this immaculate specimen. Nevertheless, it's not for the excessive length and curve that one might think it was an ordinary carrot. Sure. On second thought, you elect to simply take an obscenely large carrot for now. Due to its bizarre qualities, it would be prudent to ask cooking away whether it's safe to eat first. Okay. I'll find out if I can eat carrot. Woo! Hello there. So did any of our selections set your mouth to watering? Is this safe to eat? Oh yeah, it's a fine choice. One of my personal favorites, actually. Please dig in. I'm eager to hear what you think. With great trepidation, you take a bite out of the carrot. There's a satisfying crunch as you sink your teeth into the orange skin, and a warm, tingling sensation runs down your spine. With the second bite, a wave of euphoria washes over you, and you drown in bliss. Last, as you finish the elation phase, leaving you with a desperate craving for another carrot. The carrot of happiness. You find yourself in an unusually good mood with a sudden craving to eat more carrots. Did you drug a carrot? What did you think? Unlike anything you ever tasted, yes? The carrot of happiness is full to bursting with nutrients and is guaranteed to leave you feeling satiated. It's a staple among us lopperates. We have plenty of other varieties too, bleeding carrots to improve blood flow, dream carrots to help with sleep. And so you see, we have a carrot for every occasion. But what if I don't like carrots? You don't like carrots? Oh, you must mean you don't like them served in this fashion. Worry not, we have pureed versions on hand if you haven't the time to chew. I take it you had a wide assortment of carrots to choose from and not else? If I may ask, what exactly did these collaborators share with you about cuisine on Aetherius? Surely you're aware we have an abundance of dishes and foods you could emulate. Well, of course we are. It's only quite recently that we established contact. Even holding conversation was a struggle at first, so I imagine our surprise when they sent the mountain of books and documents with no clear instructions. Sheer amount of information was overwhelming. If it wasn't for that encyclopedia I found, we would have been at a loss where to begin. And so we decided, rather than divide our resources to prepare a variety of middling, potentially unsatisfying meals, it would be more efficient to devote our efforts to the production of a single perfect food. It's all well and good, but men cannot live on raw carrots alone. Have you considered cooking them? You mean steaming, boiling, roasting, and the like? I suppose we could prepare the carrots in other ways. But our primary concern was efficiency. And what's more efficient than sinking your teeth into a carrot fresh from production? A rather strange approach to take one named Cooking Way, isn't it? Well, technically speaking, Cooking Way isn't my given name. When first created, we were all named in the old tongue, you know. Otherwise impenetrable parlance the Watcher speaks. After we received a great tome of words, a dictionary that is, from our collaborators, we learned your language, adverbs, gerunds, present continuous verb conjunctions, just the basics. And then we found a term related to our given tasks and used them to form new names. Aren't they helpful? Well, no, not really, but it does explain a great deal. Wherefore does thy kind deem such a change necessary? When the rest of your people arrive, we want to be certain they understand immediately what each of us does. Never be able to pronounce our original names anyway. I see. I wouldn't be able to pronounce half the things in this game, but yeah, we're not going to go there. Hope our critiques, such as they are, were helpful to you. Now, if you should decide to preserve flora and fauna from Aetherius as well, we'll be able to offer the passengers a more balanced diet. Until such a day, one day I pray come sooner than later, it would appear there is naught but carrots on the menu. What do we got here? Leg coffer. I think we had our fill of carrots for now, so let's move on to another necessity, shall we? Our clothing production is sure to impress. This way. Hopefully it's not on like a Emiratian scale and we could actually wear it. Also, why are there enemies here? Is it up here? No, I gotta go a little further. Also, why is my map so zoomed? There we go. Whee. It's actually kind of funny because I actually don't like carrots, so I totally can support that. But I also understand it's an acquired taste, unless you just immediately like carrots, but who knows. Maybe one day I'll find something that's actually carroty that I might like. Maybe if they mix it with something, I don't know. Have it like, ironically enough, have it be to where the carrot isn't the noticeable part of the meal, and I probably would eat it. Maybe if they like make it small enough or something. Sort of like diced onions in McDonald's or something. Here we are, the apparel production station. Chosen to apply more traditional methods for this task, creation magics. Hyland, in her infinite wisdom, blessed us with the self-same affinity for magic her people possess. And we have other amazing talents, of course. I know you're dying to hear about them, but I'll regale you with the details another time. That said, we did run into a spot of trouble at first. Our magic alone was not sufficient to see our work done. In the end, we discovered crystallized ether was a wonderful catalyst that could provide us with the extra V's we needed. My, how resourceful. Ah, the sweet sound of recognition. You'll be impressed to hear what we've read all about your habit of changing attire to match your chosen profession. For the sake of efficiency, I presume. This has also been taken into account for our designs. But why take my word for it when you can simply try on our clothes? Make yourselves known to the workers and I'll see to the rest. Oh boy, here we go. I mean, when me trying on clothes that are like way too big for me or something. Or way too small. I don't know, like I know that they're supposed to be helping, but at the same time, judging by the whole carrot mess and the fact that our size scale is wrong, I can't but not want to imagine where we're going with this. Ah, it's you, one of the visitors from Aetherius. Goodness me, Mappingway wasn't kidding. You really are smaller than a Watcher. All right, you're here to try on a set of clothes, yes? Or would you have me fashion for you today? An outfit that embodies my bloodlust. Something simple yet functional. A fashionable yet refined ensemble. Let's do something simple yet functional. Simple and functional, right. This will take only a moment. That's a little too simple. There we are, all finished. A perfect fit if I do say so myself. Nothing too billowy or frilly, as you can see, also light and durable. It'll serve you well whatever travels might take you. Would you look at that? Speechless. And there I thought you may not like it. If you're in mind to try something else, why not speak with my fellow artisans? I'm sure they'd be happy to oblige. You must continue wearing these garments in order to progress. You will change back to your normal garments if you move too far away. Look to your map for the garments change area effect. Speak of the restless Roplet to restore prolong the garment change. Okay. I look dumb. Oh, come on. Whatever. I'm glad it's only a cosmetic change and not like a I'm gonna change your stats kind of change. So I would imagine the other choices are wearing an armor, wearing standard clothes, or wearing like something a little bit more higher class, I guess. All right. No one said you'd be coming. How can I help you? We should try my clothes, really. Of course, it would be my honor. What, did you have anything in mind? Got anything with a little more flair? I think I could handle that. Let's see. This should do. So, my best work yet. Time and taste truly have changed. It used to be so rare for anyone to request clothing with a focus on form over function. Thankfully, I have a spare concept for robes made using a different fabric. I think it looks rather fetching. I was worried how the concept would turn out when I put it to the proof, but looks stunning on you. Would you go and show Living Way? I'm sure she's eager to see what we've come up with. It's literally almost the same thing, except that has slightly different, it looks slightly different. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the side bits are kind of neat, but, everything else is, no. But if everybody's gonna be wearing these, it's gonna be, a little bit of an oof. It's funny because they're making clothes, but the way that I'm looking at it is that they made, like, they're making clothes like that just seem like, oh, hey, this is what they wear. But the way that I look at these clothes is like, oh, hey, we're running out of time. We need to make clothes en masse. My, don't we look splendid? There's lots of much trial and error, but I know quality work when I see it. Shh, you needn't speak. I can see your adoration for the moon and wheel operates in your eyes. No doubt your friends feel the same having sampled our creations. I can't wait to see what they're wearing. What? What? I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. They insisted we sample all our concepts ere we returned. Verily, this is an ensemble most becoming. I think it's past time we return these clothes. I was so confident our garments would meet with your approval. Whatever are we doing wrong? Watcher taught us that in his time, everyone wore the same robes. To do otherwise was against social etiquette. We thought we could appeal to modern taste by tailoring the robes to specific professions, but... Oh, I just realized that they'd be all the same robe, but just slightly different. Please, you mustn't be so hard on yourself. Should we resort to evacuating the people of Aetherius, we will most certainly have need of your attire. It's clear you spared no effort in addressing our needs, but you must understand that we are not quite so homogeneous. Speaking for myself, what I wear now better suits my taste, even if it is of inferior make. But there are others whose clothes may be influenced by traditions or personal experience. Rather than make assumptions for the whole, you must consider the individual and their potential preferences. I fear we underestimated the complexity and diversity of your people. Even if we memorized every tone we received, I doubt we have fared much better. Maybe we're doing you a disservice trying to shower you with our baubles and frippery, thinking it was for your benefit when you'd be better off on your own. There are some who might agree. People would prefer to keep others at arm's length, even when they know they shouldn't. As one such former fool, I'd like to ask you a question. This plan to evacuate and escape the final days, did it account for the reflections of the source as well? Not that I'm aware of. We're born of Highland's love for Aetherius, and the salvation of the people on that star, and that star alone, has ever been our aim. Surely it's better to devote ourselves to saving one world than divide our efforts across 14 and risk failing them all. I suppose you're right. Living Way, might we have leave to explore Bestway's burrows unattended? They've given us much to think about. Why, certainly. Until later, then. If I may, I should like to accompany thee a while longer. Really? I mean, you're more than welcome to. There was actually something I wish to speak with you about. Let's be off then, shall we? My apologies. I wasn't trying to spy or anything. Everyone's talking about the visitors come from Ethereus, and I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I was excited at first, but now I'm worried. What if the people of Ethereus refuse to come? What if we can't save them? It's clearly made a mess of things. But wait, you still haven't visited domiciles. Once you see them, you'll understand how wonderful this moon truly is. I'm sure of it. I'll be waiting for you by the teleporter near the entrance. Oh, and the name's Growing Way, by the way. See you soon. Okay, what do you grow exactly? There's so many things that one could possibly grow that could be potentially bad. So I want to know exactly what we're talking about here. You're here. You're really here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sorry, what should I call you? Azurius Carmine, huh? Crikey, even your names are amazing. Well, Azurius, we'll be using the teleporter to enter a residential area. Whenever you're ready.
Ready in the teleporter. Huh? Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction. Then where is it? Oh no!
A private audience, as thou didst request, for reasons I know not.
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously. Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
'Twould be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of thee and thine.
Lovely sentiment, really. But the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces. It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting. If there are faults in our work, we need to know. We will do better. But time is not on our side. The final days will wait for no one. If your people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action. This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request. Our collaborators on Ethereus are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand? Having seen the moon for yourself, you could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
Wherefore wouldst thou entrust me with such a task?
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work. Or quite good at pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too. You understand that, in the face of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the expense of practicality. The difficult choices must often be made for the greater good.
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
Come again?
Idle musings. 'Tis no trifle thou dost ask, yet full well do I understand the urgency and necessity.
Oh, dear me! Dear me! I was terribly sorry for the mix-up. It's a bit of a malfunction. I hadn't realized the residential quarters were inaccessible, you see. But you're still in one piece. So, all's well that ends well, yes? Won't happen again. I promise.
Can't be having secrets when stuff's about to go down, so we need to find out what's going on there sooner rather than later. Gosh, that was embarrassing. I promise to be more careful from now on. Since residential quarters are closed for now, I rerouted the teleporter to allow travel between floors instead. Thank you. Hopefully it proves useful in the meantime. Shame you couldn't see it though. You really would have liked it. Now travel between the upper and lower floors. The best way is burrow via the teleporter. Thank you. That's so useful. Let me get some pants. There we go. Pants go here, sure. And loop and loop. Okie dokie. It may not seem like it, but we've been planning this far longer than I care to admit. Each time we woke up, we had long discussions about how to save as many of you as we can. Felt like everyone had an opinion on this or that. But the one thing we all agreed upon was the people with theorists want to take action to save themselves until it's far too late. That's why we were striving to make the moon a vibrant, magical place they hop at a chance to visit, rather than waiting for the flames of oblivion to get them off their tails and force them to accept our invitation. Residential quarters may not be up for necessary standards just yet, well, there are plenty of other places worth seeing. You already had a look around the Caratorium. But wait until you see what's waiting for you at the east end of the burrow. Follow me. Is it the Caratorium 2? Electric Boogaloo? Can I stand on that? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I didn't think you could stand on that. Oh, well, up. I guess I'm going down. Ow. Ow. I'm down now. How come that fall didn't hurt? All right, so where did you go? There you are. Good, you're here. This door is the greatest Ends Veil. It was named as such because it's the veil to end all veils. The most beautiful forest you'll ever see. I understand the people of Theros might enjoy taking leisurely walks through natural spaces and like, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. How about we start with a nice stroll to the fountain, this way. So it's a forest in here. I can only imagine what color this forest is going to be. Let's find out. Where's the... Oh, there's the forest. I'm like, where's the forest? Oh, wow. Those are not trees. Okay. Can I fit through that? Oh, come on, really? Where's the forest? Like, those aren't trees. I'm so confused. Unless there's actually... Okay, those are still not trees over there. I mean, this is all well and good. I mean, like, at the end of the day, if they actually, like, if things were to go really, really bad and we had to actually use this to get somewhere, we would be heading somewhere really quickly. But at the same time, would that place be like would it have like actual trees and stuff? Like to begin with, so this wouldn't really matter as much if the place that this place would eventually go to was fine. So that's one good way of looking at it, I guess. So what do you think of the forest? Is it positively pleasant? Pleasant and simply sublime? I couldn't see the forest or the trees. You're pulling my tail. You're in a forest right now. Living in this place was a challenge, let me tell you. Since we were born here, we've never seen trees in person before, let alone a forest. This information sent by our collaborators was quite enlightening, but after much deliberation, we decided to use crystalline constructs in place of living trees. And thanks to our atmospheric circulation system, this place produces air as clean as you'd find in a forest on Aetherius. Well, I guess that's fine. Fountain here is behind us, powered by the rather large crystal adorning its top. It plays a vital role in supplying us with fresh water. Much time and effort was spent making its most spherical of spheres, and I dare say this unparalleled roundness speaks for itself. I enjoy nothing more than a nice long stretch and a spot of relaxation whenever I come up here. You look like you do with a stretch yourself. Okay then. That's the spirit. I missed the line. I feel more relaxed simply watching you. A sight worth many years spent building this place. If it's not too much to ask, it's always been a dream of mine to take a walk through this forest with someone from Aetherius. Could we maybe... You will! Oh, be still my quivering whiskers, bleh. Growing was now accompanying you. Keep him at your side in order to proceed with the quest objectives, okay? Accompany growing way to destination location and then speak with him again. So this way. So basically we're just following the trail. All right. Sounds fine to me. I was thinking, Azurius, that I could be more helpful to you by teaching you a little more about the moon and what it is we do. When we were first created, the moon's sole purpose was the whole Zodiac, and there was absolutely nothing to be found here. Eventually, Hyland gave us our first task, furnish the moon with propulsion systems capable of facilitating travel to other stars. That's a very mighty first task. It sounds impressive, and I suppose in some respects it is, but it was only possible thanks to all the knowledge Hyland shared with us. We also had a lot of time to get it done, 6,000 years give or take. But anyway, let's keep going. So are these, like, actually, like, 6,000 years old? Or, like, is it, like, age thing and they have kids and stuff like that? You know all the stuff. Ask if you can taste the rainbow crystal. What? No! I'm not sure what it is you do with crystals on Aetherius, but we don't eat them, and certainly not this one. If it's possessed of all 6 elements, wind, lightning, fire, earth, ice, and water, we use crystals like these to maintain the moon's elemental equilibrium. It's worth mentioning, though, that because Hyland's influence, being the embodiment of tranquility and stasis and all, manipulating the elements here is different than it might be on Aetherius. A conjuring of fire would sooner dry your clothes than singe them, for example, but simply the etheric conditions are ill-suited for growth, which is why the surface is mostly barren. Of course, this is all necessary to keep the raging energies of Zodiac in check. but he's gone now. So I can't taste the energies of the rainbow crystal. I can't taste the rainbow as much as I would like. This may come as a surprise, but we didn't begin building the habitual areas until after the propulsion systems were ready. Considering how long it took, I wish we started sooner. Who would have thought we needed 4,000 years to make all of this? Certainly wasn't work you dare rush either. We had to create infrastructure and countless supporting systems, some of which wouldn't be operational until hundreds of years later. And then there was that brief period where productivity came to a screeching halt, when the bizarre red satellite was sent up from Aetherius, the Allegan's mischief, I think. We thought maybe some new nefarious actor was colluding with Zodiac. All we could do was stand by and brace ourselves for the worst. Can't tell you how relieved we were when Highland informed us of his destruction. Oh yes, there was joyous humming that day. Huh. Say, do you notice anything peculiar about the treetops? I mean, apart from the fact that they're massive crystals and not trees. I'll give you a hint. It's the golden rings emanating from the glowing spheres. Along with the device fixed near the ceiling, they fulfill a role similar to our sun, and do so better even. A sun and similar celestial objects in the red expanse radiate energy that is harmful to your bodies. These rings shield you from that energy while allowing you to bathe in the perfect amount of sunlight, or rather a close approximation of it. Pretty impressive, wouldn't you say? Well, if you look closely, you'll see different types of trees have ever so slightly different curvature. Yes, indeed. This forest truly is the greatest. Sure. I'm gonna avoid that enemy by just kind of walking this way. A fate right there. Something else I wanted to tell you about. Alright. The propulsion systems and habitat facilities were completed around 2,000 years ago, and with that, the most important features were fit for purpose. Which is all well and good, except we still know absolutely nothing about the present-day people of Aetherius. Why not go and visit Aetherius to yourself, you might ask? Strictly forbidden. Were technology of our knowledge of the moon's true purpose exploited for evil ends, results could be disastrous. Then there are a few more rejoinings, and it became increasingly difficult to converse with Heidelin. Fearful we might lose the ability to communicate with her at all together, we beseech her to find people on Aetherius we could trust to help. We're quite fortunate everything worked out as it did. Huh. So, basically, this was like all anticipated, it was all set in stone. Then the rejoining started happening, and then they started finding people, aka us, in order to actually do things. Neat. With the exception of routine inspections and maintenance, we remained asleep and waited, hopeful Heidelin would find someone who would help us. Eventually she did, and though her power was waning, we were able to speak to them directly for a short while, so someone else. Share with them everything we could, including our knowledge of the heavens and the means to travel here to the moon. They certainly didn't waste any time with what we taught them. No more than a few years after that, our collaborators found a means to convey messages and supplied to us from down below. With all the letters, books, and other resources they sent, we learned to start making more meaningful changes to the moon. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. So the Emiratians. Now you're here. Hopefully you're enjoying yourselves as much as I am. As my nose clipped through my collar. I knew you would be the greatest. You were like greatest Ensvale. I knew it. Thank you again for coming here, by the way. I know it's just a walk through the forest, but it meant a lot to me. There you are. Take you ready to receive the grand tour? A shame we missed it. Growing way, I've been looking all over for you. Is this about the teleporter to the residential area? No, never mind that. We have more pressing matters at hand. We'll be calling an emergency meeting shortly, and your attendance is required. Really? I can't imagine why you need me there, but if you insist. You won't be away long, so you are all more than welcome to continue looking about the burrow. Now come along, Growing Way. Before we arrived, you seemed to be in the midst of a rousing conversation with your guide. Did you learn anything of import? They spent 12,000 years preparing for this? I missed a line. With the appointed hour fast approaching, I can certainly understand the restfulness, but still, it remains to be seen if the people can be persuaded to evacuate when there are yet no signs of the final days. What's more, the technology of this place defies imagination. I doubt there are many who would come to terms with living in such surroundings. Whoever these collaborators are, unless they possess of the world's most charming personalities are a means to forcibly evacuate people, they'll meet us with a great deal of resistance. Indeed, even if faced with annihilation, the decision to forsake all one knows cannot be made lightly. Forgive me, friends, but I must beg your leave. There's another matter which yet begs for mine attention. Of course, we can accompany you if you like. Nay, that would not be necessary, if you'll excuse me. Clear how that difficult decisions lie ahead of us. Preparations for the evacuation of Aetherius is indeed crucial, but I am not yet willing to forsake our world and its reflections, and trust I am not alone in my reticence. Foot gear! Did Urianger... Wow, I can't even talk today. Did Urianger seem strange to you? More so than usual, I mean. I know he has a penchant for keeping his own counsel, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. Would you go and see if he's alright? Strolla and I will remain here and see what else we can learn about the final days. If you hurry, perhaps you can catch up to him. Yeah, I'm aware of that Urianger does things. So now, let's go and catch up. All I do is just teleport. Urianger appears to be heading towards the entrance to Bestway Burrow. Yeah, we're aware when you do things that are sneaky. And this time around, I'm just gonna actually follow you. So we don't have any repeats of like the World of Darkness situation. Not the World of Darkness, the Warrior of Darkness situation earlier on. That was so long ago now, though. He always keeps himself, so this just makes sense that he would do something like this too, so. He ventures off into Marilimitorum for reasons unknown. You must tread carefully, else he might sense your presence. I have a feeling he could sense my presence now, but okay. Compared to a little girl, he's very more astute, so I need to find ways to be sneaky about this. And I'm going to assume my first spot to be less sneaky will be right here. Or it could be that rock that's right there, so I'm gonna head over there. Probably going to turn at the end of the bridge. Or not. Oh, did they get caught? I don't know if they got caught or not. Nope, he's running. Wonder if this person is just inspecting what I'm doing. Oh wow, he's going around the corner already. That could be a problem. Okay. That was much easier than the other one.
Thine arrival is timely as ever. Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Living Way, I presume? 'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity. And Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life. I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Menphilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain, brokered by my hand, were the scions robbed of a dear comrade, and Flamine, her beloved daughter. Two souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives, ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbringer, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians. In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today. Selfish wants, born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation. The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning, one which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity?
Have faith in yourself and your decisions.
Sage counsel indeed. I see. Wisdom as befits a great worm. Curious that he should think thee in need of such encouragement. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly. I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the Loporrit's proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. 'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
What are they saying? Curse these ears and I'd bugger all! No matter. We've got our plans.
I'm surprised I didn't hear anything. In truth, my reason for traveling hither was to effect a plan of mine own. A plan which may pave a way forward for us all. May, I say, where there is no guarantee of success. Just the reason I set out alone. That failure, should it come, would be mine to bear alone. Yet thou standest before me with proffered hand and open heart. It would be remiss of me to refuse thy amity. And so I ask, wilt thou join in mine endeavor? I mean, why not? Can I just equip them right away? Oh wait, I gotta open the coffer. Give me boots. Why do I not have room for anything? I really just need to sort through all that, just sell all the garbage someday. Hand gear. I thank thee for accompanying me. 'Tis a simple plan, in truth. We shall not be long away from Bestway's Burrow. Difficult decisions must needs be made in the coming days, but I nevertheless believe we are all of one mind in our desire to save the people of Aetherius. To make it clear our resolve to Loporrit, I would offer them a gift, but its making doth require a singular ingredient. Singular. Bleh. You know what I mean. My objective is to speak with Urianje, which is over there. The heck is that thing? Ah, an abundance of spongeoy. Excellent. I chanced to spy this aggregation when crossing Zodiark's erstwhile prison. Using a spell taught to me by the Pneumo, I believe these shall suffice for the gift I would fashion. The magic requires considerable concentration, however. It might prevail upon thee to stand and watch while I perform the incantation. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna drink some orange juice. There we go. You're welcome. more hit ought to do it. Okay, I'm out of that. Okay, they're dead. Cool. Any more? Make my attack just a teeny bit stronger. And dead. Alright, is that it? Surveying the nearby area, you see no sign of potential threats. This would be a good opportunity to see how Urianger is doing. Urianger remains fixated on his work. There, test done. At Magic Inc., every ounce is efficacious as been drafted by the Numel. Rare is the occasion, I will conjure my own, but it is nevertheless the most useful skill. The resulting product is admittedly possesses no preternatural properties, but its hue is of mine own choosing, which I pray the loppers will appreciate. Zurius, Urianger, oh thank goodness, I thought you had been eaten, or perhaps fallen into the crater. Ishtola have been looking all over for you, Azurius. She says she needs to speak with you about something most urgent. Dire, even. She was also quite clear that she wishes to speak with Azurius alone, which means I'm afraid you must stay behind Urianger. But worry not. It just so happens we need your help with an errand, delivering a package from the Watcher's Palace of Bestways Burrow. It's quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy, for we poor operates. We would ever be so grateful if you could lend us a hand. That's convenient. Suspiciously convenient. Are you insinuating that I would betray the trust of Highland's Chosen? Or worse, do anything to risk getting on Ishtola's bad side? She's clearly not one to be crossed, nor made to wait. Now off with you. Worry not, Azurius. I shan't be long. I mean, it was true. It was suspiciously convenient. Oh my gosh, why is she all the way over there? Okay, well, I'm just going to teleport and save time. Did she not move that entire time? That would be hilarious. You know, I'm going to drive my car. Two seconds later, that NPC would have ran right into my car. Nope, you better reopen. There you go. I wonder if anyone, like, has thought about this part and be like, maybe you can have, like, someone just be there all the time to make sure that we always have the doors open. I guarantee that's exactly what happened, that they're about to do this quest and then they saw that in the glint over their eye like I just did. Oh, Azurius, I thought you would only be away for far longer. Dire emergency? I said no such thing. But as you are here, I could use your assistance with one small matter. Running Way, a companion of Growing Ways, apparently has much to tell us of the final days. Problem, however, that he's determined to live up to his name, refusing to stay still long enough for us to hold a conversation. Is there anywhere he's likely to stop and rest, or perhaps there's a way to slow him down? What's the rush? I was thinking we should wait here, maybe enjoy a cold mug of carrot juice, and... No? Well, if it's really that important. Try using these balls of mouse flesh, not to be confused with the other thing. Running Way's other notable feature is incessant chatter, so you have no trouble finding him in a crowd. And when you do, try lobbing your balls at him. Crude, but if it proves effective, he was here in Great Essensville when last I saw him. Let's split up and find him. All right, then. I'll find him at the designated location. Because my sense of direction is impeccable. And by direction, I mean there's a map that tells me where to go. Search your surroundings for running away, try to move the camera as well as zoom out and throw target running away and throw mouse balls. Okay. Are you running away? I don't know if you're running away or not. Wait. No, you're walking. Where'd they go? Oh, that's smart. If this was meant to be a joke, it isn't funny. Yes, I'm running away. Do you mind explaining why you hit me in the face with your balls of mouse flesh? I'm highly knowledgeable about the final days. That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? You got time to look into the final days when there's so much to do before the Great Voyage. It's true that Highland did impart us some knowledge of the event, but I know about as much of any other loprid around here. Less, probably. I don't know why anyone would think it's funny to go around telling people I'm an expert, but they better hope I don't get my paws on them. Sorry, I couldn't be more help, but there's nothing else. I have work to do. And I'm off. They're trying to make me waste time. Just go back to Riange. It'd be surprising if one time a quest actually has like a alternate like turn-in point. Like if people are like, oh wait, I should just go here instead. You can find neither hide nor hair of him. How did you fare? So he knows no more than the others. Care to explain yourself, Gorangway? Well, you see, I misremembered. Yes, that's it. I misremembered. Terribly sorry about that. Afraid I'm drawing a blank, though. Try as I might, I can't remember who I was thinking of. On an unrelated note, what of Uriange? I assume you spoke with him earlier, but did he say when he will be returning? On his way to the Watcher's Palace of Livingway. Between Growingway's sudden lapse of memory and our lack of other leads, maybe our time would be better spent lending Uriange a hand. Oh, what? Now, hold on a moment. It's all coming back to me. Yes, I remember. The information you're looking for is in the archives. Yes, that's where you'll find all sorts of useful knowledge, including that pertaining to the final days. I mean, that is kind of a lead, but I'm still gonna go to Uriange, not to these archives if the game would let me. Why do I not have any space for any of these things? I thought I cleared this out. Oh, what to do, what to do. I promised Livingway I would help, but... No, I promise I helped, so that's what I'll do. The archives are on the second floor of the main plaza, the eastern wing. Follow me. I suspect the Loprids are up to something, but there's an ought to be learned of the final days. I think we best play along, for now at least. Oh, Oh, fine. Oh, they're so far away. Moping way. Bouncing Loprid, you don't have a name? Why aren't you called Bouncing Way or something? Alright, let's see here. Oh, is it up? It's up. Okay. Where is teleporter? There's a teleporter right over here. Although it's right next to the stairs, so at that point I don't even know if it's even useful, but... Okay, there we go. Teleporter. Yes, please. Alright, that should get me on the right floor. That's good. I know this area is like very Final Fantasy IV, Final Fantasy IV vibes, but I'm getting like really massive 11 vibes as well, just because like this area is like scaled so big. Like just looking at like how everything's so huge, it's giving me like 11 vibes, because 11 was like, let's make everything huge for no reason because we're expecting a huge player base, and it never really got to that point. I mean, it had a lot of players, but not like to the point where those areas were always filled. The archives are right through this door, but it seems to be locked. Guess we'll just have to go and find whoever has the key. Growing way, enough. If you not us to tell us of the final days, you need only say so. You can't afford to be wasting time here, as you well know. Did you yourselves not tell us we must act quickly? Yes, we did, but the moon was to be a perfect paradise for the people of Etheirys, and we're running out of time to make everything ready for their arrival. We'd hope you see the wonders we have to offer, but you found nothing but faults and flaws in our work. Only one of you saw our potential, so you others must be kept here. So that's the Living Ways game. Run us about in circles, and failing that, lock us away so we can't put the plan at risk. Everyone except Urianger. He understands what's at stake and what must be done. I fear you misjudged us, Growing Way. Never would decry the notion of using the moons as a means of escape. That said, my heart breaks at the thought of abandoning Etheirys and her reflections to their doom. If there's a way to avert the final days, I wish to find it. We all do. We may fail, but our efforts would never be at the expense of your plans. But why would you take that risk? There's no room for ifs and maybes now. People of Etheirys will escape here to the moon. They'll be safe, and we'll finally get to see all their happy, smiling faces. I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave. We just can't. Really? Do what you must, but try not to hurt them. I'll be back in a moment. Don't do anything rash while I'm gone. If we dally, they'll overwhelm us with sheer numbers. I say we knock these ones out, split up, and make our way to the exit. Agreed. Let us reconvene where Argos awaits outside. They just immediately left. It's like, oh, we're getting out of here. Fight these ones. All right, then, if that's the case. All right, let's get out of here. Not really. Why can't that just go? They're really underestimating who they're actually attacking here. There's only one. Oh, it's just growing way. Okay. The growing way is much stronger than the others. Alright, let's get out of here now. Oh, ether current. That's convenient. I like when they put them on the quest path because it just makes it easier for me to find them. That way it's like, yeah, you got through the quest, you pretty much earned it. I mean, there's still the other things that you got to do. No, I can't go on that. Okay. Can I ride my mount right now, even though it's technically like an instance thing? Well, it's not an instance because there's people around, but it just kind of has that feel to it. Okay, now this way. It wasn't terribly hard to get out of here. We're not great at detaining people either. Good, you're here. Let's hurry to the Watcher's Palace and find Urianger.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here. The time has come for you to return to Atheris and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure. 'Tis clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Atheris is boundless and pure.
Yes! Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing! We Loperids were born of Heideland's love for Atheris. That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky. possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly, to serve and serve well. That goes for all of us, don't you see? So help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men, and your own kin besides. Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Aetheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Puddingway.
Puddingway? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure, but one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words. A judicious application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And Living Way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer. The anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but...
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee. Ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Way's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations. But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort. To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home. Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind, if being the operative term.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growingway and the others.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Aetheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Agreed. The Charlayan Forum, yes?
What? How did you know?
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The Forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement. Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
Still sad that the clothes weren't like his size, because that would have been funny. It was late to see Livingway was pleased with my gift of ink. The servants serve well, though their knowledge may be lacking. Their balanced love is a blessing without peer. It'll be no easy task to prepare them for what needs to be done, but gladly do I embrace this duty, even if it doth necessitate that we part ways for a time. Forgive me in my absence, but I have the utmost faith in you, in all our fellow Scions. When I return to Aetheris, I pray I'll find you all in good health and good spirits. With the Loporrits in Urianjay's capable hands, we needn't worry about the affairs here in our absence. Knowing now we face their earthly collaborators, there is much to discuss with Alphino and the others. I kind of figured that out, I just wasn't sure, so I didn't want to mention it just yet. And everyone's be like, you didn't know? I'll be like, yeah, I kind of did, actually. Let's return to the Tower of Babel. Our battle for the star will soon begin in earnest, and we must be prepared. Oh yeah, the gate over there. I want the headgear. Can you dye these? You can dye them. Okay, that's neat. Did I just walk right past it? I kind of did. There we are. Oh, come on. Bye. God, I can scarcely believe we went to the moon and back. We'll have time to reflect on that later. Right now, we need to head back to Camp Broken Glass and deliver a thoroughly detailed report to Lucia. I would very much like to know how everyone's getting on as well. They only just begun to treat the tempered prisoners when we left. I share your curiosity, but warning our allies of the final days is of greater importance. I speak not only of the contingent, of course, the heads of state of every nation must know what we have learned. We know not when or where and what manner the final days will begin to manifest, so we must see that everyone is prepared. Agreed. Though we may wish to stress the importance of discretion, lest the public be sent into a panic. Not that anyone is in a position of responsibility should need to be told as much, but it bears repeating. Anyway, first things first, to Camp Broken Glass. Yeah, we gotta tell everyone that the final days are going to be happening soon because of big oopsies that we've all made. All right, back in the cold. It's good to see you all again. No worse for your lunar adventure, I hope. We've done what we can for now, and believe me, we intend to tell you all about it. But before we do, might you tell us what's become of Garlemald in our absence? We succeeded in subduing the temper inside the Tower of Babel. We took many alive, but combined with those who were already in our custody, number requiring care has grown exponentially. Inclement conditions here have made it difficult, if not impossible, to treat them all here, so we petitioned the aid of allied nations. Some are understandably hesitant to proffer assistance, particularly those that were but recently subject to imperial occupation. That said, several others have agreed to grant them refuge for treatment. With the assistance of your fellow Scions, we endeavor to see them safely transported and subsequently cured of their tempering. Will all the temper be relocated? Not all, no. We have sufficient shelter to attend to those whose treatment has begun. Enough healers have volunteered to remain until their patients have recovered. Julius is one such patient, though he is not yet fit to receive visitors. Truth be told, it was a miracle he and those in his company were not harmed in the chaos. Not for Alphino and Alize's timely assistance, I dare say none of them would be with us today. In light of recent developments, have the Alliance leaders come to any decisions regarding Garlemald? Given the tremendous ramifications of what have happened here, it will take time to determine what must be done. In the meantime, they intend to work with the Eastern Alliance to keep close watch over the provinces. We have other news to share. Shortly after Anima was defeated, we received reports that each and every tower has vanished. That's good. For Mercy, the process was apparently not quite as violent as you experienced in Thanavir, for those who are trapped within them have been rescued and are receiving treatment. To hasten in this endeavor, the beast tribes have received instruction in the magic needed to cure tempering. Master Montoya is no doubt thrilled the Mother Porksey affords her so many visitors. Yes, we are grateful for our ongoing efforts, as well as those of our comrades near and far. As for the contingent, several of our members have been granted leave to return to their homelands after the transfer of temper had been completed. Lucia and I will remain, along with a small force, of continuing offering aid to those here in Garlemald. Empire may be no more, but there are yet those who still call these lands home. I believe that accounts for recent events here. So what if the moon and the Tlafroy? The final days. gods, I prayed your victory would mark the end of our troubles. There's still so much we do not know, but the Alliance leaders must be told. Would you be willing to contact them in our stead? Yes, of course. I will send word forthwith. We will also release your fellow scions from their present duties, that they may return to Charlian. Your energies are better spent finding a means to avert the coming apocalypse. Speaking of your fellow scions, you'll be happy to hear that Mistress Kryl, though still on the mend, has been moved to the Baldeshian Annex and given into Tartarus' care. Thank you. I look forward to seeing them both upon our return. Let's be on our way then. One last thing, if I may. After your confrontation with Zodiark, you said Xenos took his leave, and all likelihood he has returned here to Garlemald. I have in mind to dispatch scouts to try to ascertain his whereabouts, but first we wish to ask you if you believe there's a merit in doing so. If they found him, they would not likely live to tell the tale. I suppose you're right. To dispatch good soldiers in pursuit of such a beast would be to send them to their deaths. Pray forget I entertained the notion. While on the subject of Xenos, the 10th Legion has made an official proclamation. They announced the Crown Prince to condemn his role in the Empire's downfall. His very title has become a source of shame amongst his former subjects, and his continued use serves to only hinder relations with foreign nations. For this reason, he has been declared as Xenos Vater Galvis, outcast and enemy of Garlemald. And Daniel is no more, and now his own people turn against him. It seems he's not but his bloodlust to keep him company. Better that than an army to see you sated. At any rate, I will not keep you longer. I pray you safe passage back to Charlian. Alright, back to Charlian, where it costs 1,000 to get there. He's like, of course it does. He's like, I got money from the quest I just did. Up here we go with the lag again. I could just warp to where I need to go. Welcome back, Azurius. We were so terribly worried about you. Though it's plain I have caused my own share of worry, and for that I apologize. Hylian called to me that day when you entered the Tower of Babel. Her pleas were faint but desperate. I knew at once she required a vessel to carry out her will. What came after feels like a dream barely remembered, a body flowing through the life stream toward Garlemald. When I gained consciousness, I was all aches and frostbite, exhausted of ether, so exhausted in fact I could only laugh. For it was in that moment I understood Raha's weariness from the Tower of Zot. From that I could laugh at a time like this. Though he prevented Zodiark from being unleashed upon the world, I am curious to know what else took place there on the moon. Perhaps we should wait for the others to join us before you give your account. Let's reconvene in the main hall once they arrived. Main hall of building, go. Sorry to kept you all waiting. Not at all. We understand you've been quite busy. Will Urianger be joining us? Duty keeps him away, I'm afraid. Though Azurius can explain why better than I. Camera pans up, fades to black. There we go. The final days. as befell Emirat. And we are to escape via the moon? What are the source and its reflections? I have no intention of standing by while the world falls to ruin. So how do we stop this? Unfortunately, we have no answers at present. If the celestial currents have grown stagnant, as was the case in the time of Emirat, the solution would be to alter the flow of ether throughout the entirety of the star. The ancients accomplished this by summoning Zodiarch, sacrificing half the star's population in the doing, but it should go without saying that such a sacrifice cannot be repeated. Which leaves us with the daunting task of identifying the underlying catalyst for the final days, a feat which even the Emiratines could not accomplish. Unfortunately, we found no clues in Mare Lamentorum. And still so much we do not know about the catastrophe itself, let alone what may have caused it. Final days were marked by the corruption of the Emiratines' curation magics, but we command no such power, which invites the question, what havoc is in store for us? If we knew that much, perhaps we could draw some parallels with the events of the past, thereby form some semblance of a plan. Perhaps we should start with the forum then. Having worked with the Loporrits and secrets all this time, there would surely be more they can tell us. Forgive the interruption, but I have urgent news. The forum is holding a public assembly in the plaza outside, and some sort of announcement. What is Father up to now? There's only one way to find out.
Order! Order, I say! I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice. This day we must speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Sharlayan, nay, of this very star. Said affairs concern all citizens, and so we have called for a public assembly. You may have heard rumors of the Telophoroi and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad. Under normal circumstances, we would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether. For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld. The End-Bearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very star.
I've never heard this prophecy.
Is it true? Will all that really happen?
Calm yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties. But first...
Give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound. By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
Master Leveilleur, if you would.
Very well. "270 years ago, our forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea. This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret. What those researchers discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star, and Hydaelyn herself. She spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared. The moon. 'Tis in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children and deliver them from this doom. Much like Njunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
Needless to say, this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the moon. Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge, not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
You reveal this to us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
While we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago. Which is why we must in earnest begin preparations for the great exodus. For his impressive contributions and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Leveilleur to oversee this initiative.
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented scale. We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom of Sharlayan has ever been a shining beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue to be. It is our solemn charge to see our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
Do you remember what Mother told us when we visited home? That it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work. If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
Yes. It wasn't for his benefit. Would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave.
Take your time.
Thank you. I shan't be long.
If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with Father as well.
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable.
Nay, we do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the Moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Though we cannot boast the boundless wisdom of Charlian, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures and have conversed with no small number of peoples. These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love. Many may choose to join you in the end. But what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What would you have them do? To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, Father. It is indolence. This is why we choose to fight.
We'll not ask for your understanding, Father. Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done, that we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way. And if there is, we will find it. You see if we don't.
Do as you will. Just stay out of our way.
Were he not so consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of you both.
Bold words call for bold action. And there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
As if I ever would. So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested. Wouldn't you agree? And having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
Shall we then? To the Annex, to prepare for tomorrow.
Now, if only time wasn't like a server time, because it made sense for the fact for it to be like past midnight right now. But it'd be nice if I actually went to bed and actually woke up in the morning or so. Sorry, I had like a sneeze. All right, to the annex we go. Crowd tells me the forum made a rather momentous announcement, so there's to be a great exodus, is there? Reminded of my narrow escape from the Isle of All, the realization, the running, the mixture of relief and regret. After, why me? I asked myself, why me? Why us? Why now? Why wonder? There's no use fretting over the cosmic morality or lack thereof. We're here and we'll get through this together. Who knows? Maybe my luck will rub off and grant everyone a narrow escape. There's no harm in praying for as much. Oh, but enough of my rambling. I'm sure you're exhausted. Your chamber awaits. Who could it be? Who could it be indeed? I have a six-sided die? I might as well roll it. Okay. I got a 1. Alpha no?
Ah, I hope I didn't wake you. I pray you will forgive the unannounced visit, but I wish to speak with you before retiring for the night. About Garlemald, and the time we spent with the people of Tertium. Dangerous though it was, I'm glad we had the opportunity to treat with Euless and Quintus. I was worried what might happen after we were collared. If they attempted to restrain you too. If they succeeded. Once more, I put you in harm's way. And for that, I must apologize. Or rather, I should thank you for trusting in me time and time again. After all our journeys together, I dare say I've used every expression imaginable to convey to you my gratitude. Nevertheless, I hope these words of mine still carry some small weight. Tomorrow, our fight continues. Mayhap it would have been better to seek you out after we have true cause for celebration. But having mustered the courage to stand up to Father, and achieve a personal victory of sorts, I wanted to carry on in that spirit before my nerves got the better of me. The hour grows late, and you doubtless tire of my ramblings. I have a letter for Orenvold to finish, but we'll be off to bed shortly. Sleep well.
Thank the gods that tower is gone. The sight of it was enough to make me sick.
Thank the Ilsebar contingent, more like. Word is, they fought their way into Garlemald and toppled the bloody thing themselves. Not just the one, neither. All the towers have up and vanished.
Aye, I heard the same. Commander Aldin and his troops helped keep casualties to a minimum, too. But is it true? They brought back tempered Gallian soldiers.
As Commander Aldin tells it, they've a treatment for that now. But don't you worry. Cured or not, they've no plans to bring them into the city proper.
I see. Well, that's a relief then. I know we've brothers and sisters among the lot, but I can't say I'm eager to welcome them home.
Wanted to think about it for a while yet. They're to be looked after in Alagana for the time being.
Another day, another commission of paramount importance. Well, what have we here? Hey, are you all right? Was that? No. The shadows play tricks, nothing more. The towers are gone, and the Garlean threat is abated. And yet, why does it feel as though it's about to get much, much worse?
Things are about to get much, much worse indeed. But I got a level up in the meantime. Yay. All right, so what did I just get? I got this. I find it so funny that I literally could be like, oh, who's at my door? Let me just pick who's at my door. Which means that they have so many different versions of that. Boop and boop. There we go. All right. You know what? I'm going to continue the story. I know I just hit my achievement, but I'm going to continue the story a little bit. But just give me 1 second. I will be right back, and then I'll continue the story.